Welcome to This Week in Venice, Florida. As you know, I'm Caleb and this is Lanir.
In today's video, we're going to be covering our top 5 favorite neighborhoods located here in Wellen Park. Welcome to This Week in Venice, Florida. If it's your first time to this channel, Caleb and I are both local realtors here in the Venice, Florida and surrounding area, and we help buyers connect the dots and find their dream home.
And we also help sellers sell their home and move on to that next chapter of their lives. So if anything in this video or any of our other videos resonates with you and you're looking to find a nice agent to help you out, whether you're buying or selling, you should definitely, what do we have to do?
Give us a call, you shoot us a text or send us an email, and we'll be more than happy to help you out.
All right, let's get on with today's video.
So we are back once again here in downtown Wellen, located in Venice, Florida, and we're super excited to share with you what we believe are the top 5 neighborhoods located here in Wellen Park. We've been here from some time. We say it like we always do. We've been here since it was a dirt mound and a vision, and what a vision it has become. These neighborhoods, a lot of these neighborhoods have taken on full maturation, and some are just breaking ground, but now we have a lay of the land. We know what we love, we know what the buyers are looking for, and we have a good read. And today we're gonna be covering 5 neighborhoods, no particular order, but we're gonna be covering why we think these particular neighborhoods are a great proposition for you to consider moving to Wellen Park.
Absolutely, and so we're gonna start out with one of our favorite ones that's here. Again, not in any particular order, but we really love it. The amenity center is great, and that is Sunstone. Sunstone is they're built by Mattamy. That's the master plan developer of the whole Wellen Park area. So they've got their pulse on the market. They understand what people need, and they're constantly changing to update their marketing strategy, the type of models they offer. They're just a great company to work with. So in Sunstone, there are right around 400 total homes, plus or minus. You can get either a villa there. There's 3 different villa models, and then you can also get single-family 2-car garage homes. They range from 1,500 square feet up to about 2,900 plus. There's a few of them that are in there, but they're all still 2-car garages. There's 13 total floor plans, so it's not like you're limited. Like I said, 3 that are villa models, and then there's the 10 that are single-family homes. So you have a lot of options in there.
Caleb, one thing I really like about Sunstone, aside from what you mentioned, they really give a large footprint as far as variation of the type of floor plans. But what really stands out for me over there are their elevations, their facades. They they really broke it down because they have such a good read. They are the master plan community developer. I think they really made it real focused. They didn't offer too many elevations, but they really went with one of the traditional ones, that craftsman style, which many of us from the mid-Atlantic are used to. It resonates, it means something to us. Moving into a craftsman style home really feels like a true home. But because we have to embrace we're in a tropical environment, they also offer a coastal elevation. And if you want to get a little bit more tropical and Caribbean, well, how about a West Indies elevation? But if those aren't for you and you're thinking you're a forward thinker, you're a futurist, someone who likes modern clean lines, they offer a modern elevation as well.
Absolutely. And Sunstone's we estimate probably 60 to 70% completed, but it's just a great neighborhood. It's reasonably priced. You can get in a villa for $389,000 right now. It's a smaller one right in the middle, but if you're just looking for a place to land down here, that model might just be perfect for you.
Now, you can certainly build from the ground up. You can definitely pick all your finishes, but the beautiful thing about having such a large footprint, being the master plan community developer, is that you can offer quick, ready move-in spec homes. Spec homes, in case we haven't mentioned it before, you're not familiar with it, it's basically the builder picks out all the finishes and they're going to build no matter what. Spec homes, they have to build them and they have to get them off their books. So if you can balance out that ebb and flow, you can definitely leverage that pricing. Give us a call and we'll definitely leverage that relationship because we have the pulse in the market. We know when it's time to strike and when it's hot.
Yeah, here's another great one that they have over there. It's a Pinnacle model. That's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage, 2,365 total square feet. Guess how much? $659,000 right now. That's one of those quick move-ins that Lanir was just talking about.
I mean, that's a fantastic price when you compare the relative value here within Wellen Park. That's an opening price point for many homes out here in this area, but this gets you into a fully built home in a beautiful gated community that's golf cart friendly. That's right, golf cart friendly, not just within that neighborhood, but within that whole master plan community. So you can zip around town, pick up lunch, go have a meal, go watch the sunset at the Great Lake in downtown, all without having to get out of your golf cart. definitely an amazing amenity to have. But Sunstone, we've seen it many a time. We've seen people coming down here. It really is multi-generational. We've been watching that amenity center since the beginning. We always knew that it was a thoughtful one. Immediately you saw they put sunshades up. There's a furry friend park. There's definitely enough there. There's an open bar out there for bring your own drinks, a little gathering, a little community gathering, a little bit of catering. They have put all the thought and the care into creating a real cohesive community in a beautiful neighborhood.
Yeah, and if you're somebody who likes to stay in shape, they have a nice fitness center right there. They have pickleball courts. There's a bocce ball court. So there's plenty of things to gather to do. They also have a fire pit, place for you to gather, and several other gathering places. They even have one of the things I like, and we're kind of similar to where we are today. They have kind of a hammock area where you can just set up in your hammock, enjoy taking a little nap there at the poolside. It's just a nice, real place to be in the afternoon, in the morning, evening, whatever time of day. And there's an activities coordinator. You know, so you have somebody on site that's planning things for the community to do, whether it's a bus tour somewhere else, it's a fun night at the clubhouse. There's plenty of things that you can do within the neighborhood when they have that activities coordinator who's pretty much in charge of making it a fun neighborhood. And if they're not making it a fun neighborhood, then they're not doing their job. So I'm sure that they're going to make it fun.
Well, your job is to come down here and include into that fun and make sure that you're bringing all the things that are best that you brought from your neighborhood and planting them here because you're now a local here. So one thing about Sunstone and the nice thing about Mattamy Homes and the fact that they're the master plan community is they have the ability to build other neighborhoods within this community and give an almost completely different feel, a different option, but without contradicting or contrasting what they've already built. And that kind of leads us to our next neighborhood, right, Caleb?
Yep, absolutely. That's Lakeside at Sunstone. That's a sister neighborhood to Sunstone. They're interconnected by a nice raised walking path that goes through a preserve. They actually share amenities. So the people over at Lakeside are going to be able to use the Sunstone Amenity Center, and then they're building a second amenity center over at Lakeside, so you'll be able to use either one. They both have a little bit of a different feel. The second one over in Lakeside's not going to have that fitness center. They're going to do fun things like, what are they were saying they were going to do a ping pong, they were going to do a pool table. And then
they're also thinking about that working guy. They're also building office cubicles. So if you have family visiting, which you're going to have, it's a guarantee. It's a revolving door for vacation. You might need that time to break away from your home office, step away to get a couple meetings done. Well, they've offer office cubicles just for that. They're thinking about that multifaceted family, that professional, those retirees that still have their hand in some consulting. They're kind of transitioning into their golden years, but they really have thought about everything. Now, we've covered it before. We covered it right when the construction was built. We covered it before it was even released to the public. But the beauty about these neighborhoods is they are joined by a nature trail, a little footbridge that connects both neighborhoods, wide enough to take your golf cart from one neighborhood to the other. But that is a unique proposition. We've said it before. Not many times you have two developments, master plan developments, that connect and adjoin to make it one cohesive neighborhood. And on top of that, they have those two amenity centers that really give you the option. But the difference between Sunstone and Sunstone at Lakeside is the type of homes that they're going to be building. In Lakeside, they're building those 50-foot and those 60-foot homes. You know, these are definitely a different proposition from single story to 2 stories. This is really what screams to me a great opportunity for families to have that opportunity to build, what is it, about 200 plus homes?
Yeah, right around 200 plus homes. They're going to do 10 different floor plans. There are 2 and 3 car garages on 50 and 60 foot. Those 3 cars would go on the bigger lots. And to be honest, we've been through that neighborhood so many times, and there's really not a bad lot in the whole neighborhood.
Not a single one. Yeah.
Most of them back up to preserves or water views. The lake that they have there really kind of like cascades through the neighborhood, so they've optimized how many waterfront properties that they can have. Even the ones that face the wall, it's a super deep lot, so it's not like that wall is going to be right on top of you and feel claustrophobic. It's way out in the distance from the back of your home, your pool area, and then there's even going to be more space. So every single lot in that neighborhood is just a good one.
Now, you're probably wondering, how are you guys formulating a top 5 list if this neighborhood isn't even built? Well, the beauty about this is that we've been here for so long. We really have our pulse on this development. We see how fluid it is. We meet regularly with the VP, the higher ups of Mattamy Homes and the master plan developers here. So we've got a good insight and take on what they're trying to accomplish here. In this particular case, they really hit a home run. Ironically, right across the street from Atlanta Braves Cool Today Park, where you have beautiful views. Some of these lots you either have water view, preserve view, or a water view / cool today park view, which means that you have direct view of those 4th of July fireworks, which is truly a spectacle. But we understand that this neighborhood is a value. We understand that this is a neighborhood that's multifaceted, that is going to be inviting to any generation. But the fact that you have that option of having both neighborhoods, these giant lots. Some of these lots, there's a couple in there, there's not many in there, but there's a couple that are just about a 1/4 acre. For some of you mid-Atlanticers, the people from the north, you're probably saying 1/4 acre is not much, but in a master plan community, a lot of these gated communities, you're lucky to get 0.18 of an acre. Yeah. Here, you're going to get a 1/4 acre, about 180-foot deep lot, which really is a unique thing. You can build the best backyard, swimming pool, and then some. But we think that this particular neighborhood, even without it being broken ground, they just released the lots June 22nd, but we think this is an amazing opportunity. We do not think that these houses are going to be around for long, because if you've been watching Wellen Park, you've been watching this master plan, you understand what a tremendous value it is to be situated right across from Cool Today Park, connecting to Sunstone. How far is it from downtown area?
Oh gosh, it's less, maybe a mile maximum, I would think. Cool Today Park is 1/4 mile away. You can see it in the distance, and it's right there. And we've talked about Cool Today Park. They've got events all year round. Spring training's just one thing, but like Lanir said, the awesome fireworks that they have every 4th of July. Plus, my house, I can see the park down here, and there's fireworks quite often. I don't know if they do it every Friday night, but it seems like quite often they're doing something. There's the tiki bar there. So if you just want to hang out in the ballpark, because the ballparks have such great feelings, and this one especially because it's so freaking new and it looks so awesome, that it's a perfect place to just go there, have a cocktail, spend a couple hours. Maybe you'll catch a spring training game or an impromptu minor league game, but it's just a cool place to be, and it's right around the corner.
The truth is, I just want to scream America. It really is an amazing place to create traditions. Because it's multi-generational, you'll grow over to Sunstone, you live there, your friends, your family, your kid's best friend, like we said, just moved into Lakeside. You guys are wheeling your coolers over and all your special salads that you make on holidays, respectively. And you're meeting your friends over there. You guys get together for a quick refreshment, and then you hop on across that street to that Cool Today Park, which is going to lead us to another neighborhood. This was not planned. It wasn't in any particular order, but it's going to lead us to that third neighborhood, which we're going to talk about in just a sec. Okay, guys, so far we've covered Sunstone. We went across that bridge to Lakeside, both Mattamy homes. Now, this was not planned, I promise you, but we are crossing that street to another one of our favorite neighborhoods, again, built by Mattamy Homes. Maybe because they're the master plan developer, they really understood what this neighborhood, what this area, what this development was supposed to be all about. So they covered all their bases. So if you cross right over, another one of our favorite neighborhoods is Brightmore, 55 and over community. Now I know what you're thinking, 55 and over. This is not a retirement community. When you come down here, we like to call it the rejuvenation stage, where you really tap into your youthful spirit and get active and get outside. We love Brightmore, absolutely, right?
Yeah, for sure. Most people think 55 and over community. Up north, that means a very different thing. That's, we gently call it heaven's waiting room in most 55 and over communities.
Not
up
here.
North. Not here in any way, shape, or form. That is not their target market. It is literally those early retirees that are 55 years in and still active and enjoyed life. They've been successful in life. They can retire and enjoy a neighborhood that has everything they want with activities, all sorts of stuff.
Now, we absolutely think that this is a great proposition. We get a lot of clients who are inquiring about 55 and over, and because they have associated in their head, like Caleb mentioned, that heaven's waiting room, what a horrible way to look at your golden years. Here, people are living their best lives because of the beautiful weather outdoors all year long, 200 plus days of sunshine. This place was built around those outdoors. We talked about amenities in other neighborhoods, but this one is the creme de la creme when it comes to amenities. They're going to have a huge amenity center. How big is it?
It's over 30,000 square feet, and it's multiple buildings. There's a fitness center, there's gathering buildings. It's just, what you're going to see in the video, we'll put some B-roll in there pretty much right now. You're going to see what it really looks like, what it's going to look like. It's under construction. They're estimating that it's probably not going to be done until probably early next year, maybe even into the summer. But when it is done, it is going to be absolutely incredible. They have, number one, it's right on the waterfront. It's Lakeside, so you have a great setting. You see that water out in the distance, a beautiful resort style pool. It's going to be something special. Tell us about what they have with the amenity center.
Well, before we roll into that amenity center, one thing that's hard to ignore when you roll into that front entrance, it is a grand entrance. You have two giant tiered waterfalls with grass and trees and basically letting you know you have arrived to Brightmore. But that amenity center is going to be world class. We've seen those renderings, we've seen those videos. We trust Mattamy. We know when they show us something, they deliver. And this one is going to be second to none. There's going to be a cafe. There's going to be a restaurant. There's going to be billiards. There's going to be anything you can think of in a resort, you slap it right into Brightmore. And on top of that, you have those pickleball courts. Did we mention a stadium-style pickleball court?
Yeah.
What the heck is that?
They're building a sunken stadium with grass seating and tiered sides. So it's literally going to be an incredible sunken pickleball stadium, essentially.
Yeah.
It's going to be incredible. There is all sorts of different competitive pickleball down here. Neighborhoods each have their teams where they have different levels. Pickleball is quite a complex game down here with different skill levels. Some people take this really seriously. And over at Brightmore, I feel that is going to be the epicenter with all of that, with that stadium that they have there, the additional pickleball courts. It's going to be where everybody comes to have that pickleball tournament for sure.
Now, pickleball is definitely taking this area in this country by storm. Down here is no exception. These retirees have been honing in their skills. They got the perfect hand, that perfect backstroke, and they really have perfected their game. So do not underestimate. Do not come in here big-headed. They will definitely humble you with their skills. They are active all year long because of the beautiful sunshine. 200 plus days of sun all year.
300, right?
Yeah, 300.
Yeah,
300 plus days of sunshine all year long, which really gives you that energy. Now, Brightmore really is a unique proposition. Typically, when you're thinking about 55 and over communities, people who are retiring, they're not thinking about starting fresh or building equity. The beautiful thing about Brightmore being in this master plan community, the fact that it's gated, it's golf cart friendly, but you can still access with your golf cart all the 20,000 acres of Wellen Park, from the downtown, all the commercial amenities, the grocery store. It really is appealing from the outside in. And because the prices are so reasonable, there's so many quick move-ins that you can truly take advantage of these prices and build equity in your golden years. Think about these other neighborhoods, these 55 and over communities. There hasn't been a new one built in over a decade. Think how antiquated that is. But you're moving into this brand new neighborhood on the beginning stages of what's going to be the top master plan community in all the country. We're ranked number 8, but we're still climbing. Remember, we're still in that exception. Great value, great opening price points there.
Oh, absolutely. You can get a villa over there. Right now, they have 20 quick move-ins across all of their different models, but you can get a villa for $433,000 in an awesome neighborhood. Talk about single-family homes. Right now, a quick move-in that they have available, it's a single-family, $489,000. And it's a 1,427 total square feet, 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, 2-car garage. How can you beat it? And then they have a single family home. This one they don't have a quick move in on this, but their largest home that you can get, that's the Terra Rosa. It's 2,478 total square feet, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2-car garage, and you can get that one in the low 800s, I think it's safe to say.
The one difference and nuance you see with the design, and the design team did an amazing job with all of these different models, is that they understand when people are retiring, when they're empty nesters, their kids may be a little too old to come stay, and they may be staying at Airbnbs respectively. So they've offered these single family homes still with 2 bedrooms and 2 baths to give you a larger footprint, a little bit more privacy in case you're not used to that villa or adjoining wall type of lifestyle, but they still recognize that need of just a simple home with not a large footprint, but gives you just enough privacy. We actually have a client that's currently building one of my favorite models, the Sunstone, and we noticed it from the beginning. The Sunstone is not your typical vanilla shell box. It actually kind of winds around, gives it depth, gives us a lot of character. It's about 1,900 square feet, but it's that perfect single family home when you're thinking about retiring, downsizing, and not worrying about cleaning, but more worried about spending your days outside in this amazing community, either going over to that restaurant or cafe in that amenity center, or playing billiards or cards, or just congregating by the pool, or just crushing the competition in pickleball.
And don't forget that they do have a lifestyle coordinator there that's planning activities and classes. They do have a group fitness studio, so if you're somebody who likes more of a group setting when you work out, whether it's aerobics, or they have the exercise balls or the kettlebells, if that's something where you just want to learn how to lift weights, that's a perfect opportunity to do it in a group setting with a bunch of people who are just like you, that are trying to live their best life. They've come down here to Florida to live in an active 55 and over community, and they want to get in better shape. They finally have time, they've earned it, and now it's time to focus on them.
Now, we're in the beginning stages. We're still in phase 1 of Brightmore. They're building out about 300 homes in that first phase, another 299 in the second phase, then so on and so forth. Probably going to end up somewhere around 800 homes, depending on the footprint, how many villas versus single homes actually get built. But they are very fluid. They're very thoughtful in the process. And they recognize, because they're a developer, because they're the master plan developer, they recognize that not all lots are created equal. So there are some lots to order and to incentivize that buyer, because not every lot has that perfect view. But when you move into a retirement community, you move into Brightmore, your rejuvenation community, you're really not spending much time indoors. So if you're that person who's not so determined to get that perfect view but wants to be in that perfect neighborhood, there are great opportunities to negotiate those ready move-in homes. And the specific lots, because they're not so desirable, they've sweetened the pot. They've thrown in a great golf cart. We've priced it. It's about $8,000. It's an absolute amazing way to plug and play and truly enjoy all the amenities that Wellen Park has to offer. Like we said it before, you can take your golf cart from point A to point B, grocery shopping. You can go downtown Wellen Park.
Go out to dinner.
Mention it's an open carry, not guns, open carry alcohol. So you can walk around
downtown Wellen Park.
You can walk around downtown Wellen with your container, enjoy your beverages, enjoy fishing by the 80-acre lake, enjoy watching all the people come in town, dreaming of living here while you're here living your best life in your flip-flops and your bathrobe with your golf cart parked, ready to make an entrance.
Well, let's remember about Brightmore. It is a 55 plus community, but that's not actually completely true. They allow 10 to 20% of residents that buy in there to actually be younger than 55. So if you're somebody who's 45, has done well in life, or you're just looking to pick up a second home to come down here and snowbird or work remotely, and you can just come on down whenever you want, they're going to allow people who are under 55, 10 to 20%. So you got to get in soon if you are somebody that wants to graduate to a 55 and over community. This is the time to do it. You can get in, they'll allow you to do it, and you can get in now early when the prices are still good.
So we've already been over at Sunstone. We went across that beautiful bridge with your family and your cooler and tote to meet all your new friends and family over at Lakeside. Then we hopped right across the street to Brightmore, that 55 and over community. Like we said, we didn't plan for Mattamy Homes to have 3 of the top 5, but because they are the master plan builder, they have a really good understanding of where this is headed, what type of lifestyle people are looking for when they move out here. And they really hit a home run so far in everything that they've built. So we're super excited about that. But this really takes us on to something a little bit more unique. Takes us on to our next neighborhood.
Yeah, our next neighborhood, this is a completely built out neighborhood. No new construction you're going to be dealing with here. You're not going to live through the nails in the road and everybody complaining about, I can't wait until construction's done so that we can have our neighborhood being peaceful. Islandwalk is where it's at, in my opinion. I absolutely love it. I definitely will live there one day because, number one, you feel like you're in a 5-star resort. As soon as you go through the front gates, it's mature, it's beautiful. The landscaping is completely grown in, so you really feel like you've arrived. It's super tropical. It's not like any of the other neighborhoods we're going to talk about today because it's finished and it's had time to mature.
Now, Islandwalk, in case you're not familiar with it, it's located in the West Villages development. West Villages was the original part of this development. When Mattamy Homes came in and they bought all of the land, they created the next phase of it, which is called Playmore District, which comprises of all your newer builds. But between Wellmore and Playmore, that is all makes up the beautiful Wellen Park 20,000-acre master plan community. But the uniqueness about Islandwalk and the fact that it's in West Villages, it was built early on. So there's a built-in savings there. There's CDD, their Community Development District, which is a taxation to support the infrastructure and surrounding area for new developments. There, it's only about $860. Compared to Wellen Park and some of these other neighborhoods, upwards of $2,500. So think about the savings over a 10-year span. So that really equates into a great value and a great proposition to get into Islandwalk.
And another thing to factor in is their HOA fees. Because there are 2,400 homes, I know that sounds like a lot, but it's on a huge footprint, and many of these people don't even live there but 2 or 3 months a year. But let's go back to the HOAs. They're in the 200s, maybe as high as 300 a month.
Hard to believe. Unreal.
That's crazy for this area. Given what you get, they have 2 huge amenity centers. The first amenity center has that gigantic resort style pool. They have a whole separate building that can be just for events. There's a game room, a commercial kitchen in there. Out in front of that, there's a huge event salon. So if you wanted to have, who knows, a wedding there, you wanted to have a birthday party, you wanted to have an anniversary party, right there at their main amenity center, you have it. Then moving down, they have a dedicated lap pool. So you don't have to fight with all the other people in the pool to swim your laps, or the kids playing in the resort style pool. You have a nice, peaceful, quiet lap lane that you can go and hit those laps, get in shape, because it's important to you, and this neighborhood makes it important to them by providing it.
It's really hard to believe that the HOA is so low. I mean, I truly believe that they reverse engineered this whole neighborhood from the amenities on out, because it really is the heartbeat of the community. Aside from the pickleball courts and all the competition and the close community, you have one of my favorite parts in all the neighborhoods, this beautiful nature trail boardwalk that goes right through a conservatory from migratory birds, plecostomus and turtles, all kinds of nesting fish. It is truly a spectacular spectacle to see, and it's there every day of the week for you to view and enjoy in the peace and quiet of that Islandwalk neighborhood. Now, all these other amenities, we have that community garden, which is plush.
That's that second amenity center.
Where the neighborhoods, they roll up their sleeves and they get dirty and they grow fruit for each other and one another. It truly is an amazing community event. We absolutely love Islandwalk. Islandwalk, it's beautiful because it connects. You have a back entrance that connects you to Wellen Park, so you don't have to go off the main roads. You just jump in your golf cart and head right into Wellen Park and then sneak right back into Islandwalk.
Absolutely. I can't get away from the amenities. That second amenity center, not only do they have the community garden, additional pickleball courts, they have a half-court basketball court. How nice is that to have? That's very few places in this area have a place for kids to play.
Come see me. Yeah.
And right next to that basketball court, there's a nice playground, for a really nice one that's covered. It has one of those big shades over top of it so kids can play. The plastic doesn't get all hot. It's just a nice place for kids to go. And then they have that second resort center, and with a fitness center there, there's a dance studio in there. I believe there's even a spa over there. Big fire pit, pavilions. It just has everything in Islandwalk when you want to talk about amenities.
Now, Islandwalk is a great representation of this community. It did in inception start out catering to 55 and over, but as the time has gone by, as development has grown, as this sleepy beach town is now on the national radar, the demographic has changed. We've had a lot of families migrate over. With the birth of remote work several years ago, it has truly transitioned, but it has not changed. It's actually become more wonderful to see the youth and the wisdom all mixed together. The fact that here people are rejuvenated, they're not retired, so it's not out of the ordinary to see a 16-year-old on the pickleball court with a 70-plus-year-old, both having a great time, high-fiving, fist-pumping, really having a great time. So it's not just about that villas. If you have a family and you want to move into a larger home, they've got some amazing options.
Oh, heck yeah. Villas start around, I would say in the mid-400s is a safe place, but many of them are only just a few years old, so you're not going to have any issues there. And then they go all the way up to their big homes. They have some estate homes that are over 3,000 square feet, sitting on beautiful lots. There's actually one that was just on the market right across from the main amenity center. It had an incredible view, and that one was over $1 million, but big homes. So if you want to have a family with that second story, they have things over there, homes that will definitely fit your huge family or multi-generational family. So they have options abound.
Now, before we jump onto that next neighborhood, just a reminder, Caleb and I are both local realtors here in the Venice, Florida, and surrounding area, and we help buyers connect the dots and find their dream home. We also help sellers move on to that next chapter. But this is a particular great opportunity here. What do they have to do if anything in this video interests them?
Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom call. In that Zoom call, we get to actually sit down, talk to you, hear your needs. We can tell you, fill in all those blanks, the questions you've had that you've been building up. We get to actually talk with you and answer every single thing. It doesn't have, we say 15, book a 15-minute session. You want to talk to us for an hour? Let's do it.
Happy
We want to learn about you, and for sure.
That's right. We're available every step of the way. We have our pulse on the market. We've dug deep our heels into the ground. We understand all the nuances, all the intricacies that come into this, the subjectivity of value, how to quantify that value. We really have broken it down to a science. So that, that leads to a really great opportunity and a really seamless process. If you just reach out to us, we'll make sure it's as painless as possible. But now it's moving on to that fifth neighborhood, our favorite neighborhood. This one is a little bit different and unique from all the other ones. Truly believe that this is the upper echelon, the elite of the elite, the best neighborhood within Wellen Park. What is that neighborhood?
It is called Everly, and we absolutely love this neighborhood. These are estate homes. These are for the people who need square footage. They have custom homes all the way down to a builder. Let's go through the builders.
So we have 4 different builders. This is a unique proposition because sometimes these master plan communities, larger developments, it's a ubiquitous builder. They have their footprint. They kind of have their say. This has been a harmonious balance between 4 builders. We have West Bay. West Bay, located out of Tampa, is a great builder. They build semi-custom homes, but when you look at the finish, you couldn't tell the difference between a custom home and a semi-custom. They really build amazing homes. What they've done is they've bought a myriad of lots, about 50 lots in advance, and are building spec homes that look like true custom homes, which are great opening price points. They had the Isla Mirada selling those high 8s. That's a 2,500 square foot home. And their homes range about 1.3. Then we have Neil's Signature.
Yeah, we love Neil's Signature. We actually sold the first home in that neighborhood. A beautiful home. It was a spec home. Our customers are eager to get into that.
Very eager.
And it's almost finished. They're on the final stages, and we're kind of pushing them along, but Neil has an incredible product there. They are semi-custom, so you can build. They're going to give you a footprint, but they give you the option to make some structural changes if you want, small structural changes. We're not going to put on an additional 1,000 square feet or anything, but they'll allow you to move walls, create additional closets, that kind of thing within the actual outside footprint of the home.
Now, Neil's Signature, we've said in other videos that other people try to keep up with the Joneses, and we always say, Neil, they are the Joneses. And what we mean by that is because of their Neil communities, because of their large footprint, they have a lot of data, a lot of insight from the customer, and they understand what makes a timeless and beautiful home. So when you go into these Neil Signature homes, you truly get that homey feel. No matter how large the footprint, it truly feels like a home that's catered to you and your family.
Absolutely, they're very homey. Prices in there are going to range from, I'd say, the low $1 million if you really make it pretty simple home, and then all the way up to over I'd say $2+ million for sure.
I mean, the sky's the limit. If you choose marble from floor to ceilings, you certainly can hit that $3 million mark.
And you can easily build a $200,000 pool out back if you want. So it's really up to you. You don't have to, but you have that option that you can.
Now, the other builder, the next builder we have is Lee Wetherington. We absolutely love Lee Wetherington. We say it all the time. Their communication is impeccable. You ask a question, they will deliver it immediately with an answer, with clarity and succinctness, really second to none. We absolutely love their footprint. We've covered their Haven model to $3 million plus home. It's a Polynesian coastal inspiration. And then you go on across the street, their Caravelle model is another coastal inspiration, but more to do with this local geographic or this topography. It really is reflective of that beautiful coastal feel. And those homes range what prices?
In Lee Wetherington, I'd say you can probably get in the high 1 million range, and then all the way up to that Haven model. They're selling that one, or actually they're doing a lease back on that one, but they're pricing that furnished at a little bit over 3 million actually. So, but it's a huge home, beautiful. Check out the video that we have about the Haven model. It's something special.
Now, Lee Wetherington, they're offering 8 different floor plans. You can see a lot of their models spread out through, from Wild Blue up in Sarasota, all throughout the footprint here in Sarasota. But they really build spectacular homes. They're building on 85-foot lots here, respectively, in Everly. So you can really take almost any design, any floor plan that you've experienced with them and build it here in Everly. We actually have a customer coming in town who's a big fan of Lee Wetherington. He loves their footprint. He loves a specific model in a different neighborhood, and he's going to come down and retrofit that model to fit perfectly here in Everly. And that takes us over to the 4th builder. That's John Cannon. You often see John Cannon, Lee Wetherington in similar neighborhoods. They're up in Wild Blue. They're up in many neighborhoods up in Sarasota, but this is their first venture down here in Venice. building collectively together. And I think it's a great compliment. John Cannon builds those fully customizable homes.
Fully custom.
You know, you can build a home for around $2 million. You can also build a home for around $6 million. We did it. We covered the Pindari model over in Wild Blue. That was a $4.88 million home, and it was absolutely worth every penny of it. But when you move down to Everly, the nice thing, a proposition about Everly, believe it or not, even with $1 million to $4 million homes, it's an absolute value compared to Sarasota.
No, for sure.
These lot premiums, I mean, they're, you know, some of them are ranging for West Bay. They have their 90,000 to 110,000, some really nice lots. But some of these premium, the more desirable lots, split up between Neil Signature, John Cannon, and Lee Wetherington, respectively. They're 85-foot lots with beautiful lake views, something to die for, and they're absolutely a value when compare apple to apples to all the neighborhoods more up north.
For sure. I love this neighborhood. Huge lots. One of the unique things about this is you take care of your own yard. And that's because they don't want to have it a cookie cutter yard, basic landscaping like you might see in a lower price point neighborhood. They know that these homeowners are going to go all out. They're going to design custom. They're going to have incredible big palm trees that they're going to bring in that are mature and look great. This is just what you get when you move to Everly. You have options galore with builders that have semi-custom homes that you can kind of personalize them yourselves and make them your own. And then you have Lee Wetherington and John Canning that make you, if you can dream it, they can build it. That's pretty much their mottos.
Now, the beautiful thing about this neighborhood, and we're seeing it, even though it's still in the early inception, it truly is multi-generational. Definitely is a family-friendly neighborhood. It is just a hop, skip, and a jump from that future new, brand new school in Wellen Park that's going to be complete in 2025, 2026, something around there. But it's an absolute amazing location, centrally located. They're also building a Publix market. It's a smaller Publix just across the street, so you don't have to go through the whole master plan community to access all of your commercial amenities. But
hop in that golf cart, run over to the Publix marketplace, grab that gallon of milk. You're in the middle of making dinner, you forget something, zoop, you're over there in 2 minutes, and you're right back to your house cooking away.
Now, I don't know if you've ever been in any one of these neighborhoods for any of these respective builders, but they build beautiful homes. The fact that they brought in all of their collective elevations together really creates a unique footprint, makes it a beautiful, beautiful proposition. And the fact that these homeowners, they're paying for they're doing their own landscaping is really going to leave an open door for creativity and plush landscaping. If you've seen any of the neighborhoods that reflect these builders, they're absolutely stunning. The beautiful, thoughtful thing about this neighborhood in particular is that typically when you move into a new neighborhood, that amenity center is not complete. This one, they put their money where their mouth is. They put $12 million from the inception and started building an amenity center without one commitment for a home. They said, these type of customers, this customer we value enough. We want to make sure when that first person moves in, they have access to the beautiful amenity center. And what an amenity center it is.
It's an incredible amenity center. They have an indoor kitchen. They have a fitness center. It's just this huge, incredibly lushly planted. The mature trees, they even have a little nature trail. It's not huge or anything, but a fun little place for kids to play. Looks out over that lake. It's almost finished. From what we've heard when we talked to the general contractor, he said that it was going to be done within, I would say, just a few months. You all right?
Okay, maybe it'll be closer, so I'll go around.
Hey, thank you.
Okay. Well, there we have it. We have a surprise guest on our
Impromptu,
show.
here we are.
Maybe next time we'll catch his name.
Yeah.
But anyway, Everly is a great proposition. We think that it's the best neighborhood within this master plan. So if you do the numbers, #1 master plan community, #1 neighborhood in the master plan community, makes it the #1 community in all the country. I said it, you can quote me on it. I truly believe it's an amazing proposition. So we've covered quite a bit today. We covered from Sunstone by Madame E. Homes. We've covered Lakeside, its sister community by Madame E. Homes. Brightmore by Madame E. Homes. Islandwalk, we didn't mention it. It's a Devosta.
Yeah, that was the Devosta neighborhood.
Devosta, they build those very tropical Caribbean style, resort style amenities. They have another neighborhood just down the road. Should we mention it just as a name drop?
Yeah,
you know,
go ahead.
You have Beach Walk, not part of Wellen Park, but it's a hop, skip, and a jump, just 2.5 miles from the beach. Another great proposition. If you're interested in that, you can give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We're happy to cover it. But we cover what we believe are the top 5 neighborhoods here in Wellen Park after we've seen it all. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of these other neighborhoods are great propositions. There's amazing people moving in. There's a great opportunities for you to get in at good price points. But these top 5 neighborhoods, we really believe have a great balance between multi-generational, family, custom homes, very thoughtful amenities, very thoughtful values that are being passed forward to the customer. And we really think that when it's all said and done, no matter where you move within this master plan, you are going to be the beneficiary of getting in early. We're only about 20% or 30% of the way there.
We might be getting a little more at this point.
But when it's all said and done, it's going to be 60,000 homes within Wellen Park. It's going to be, 20,000 homes, 60,000 residents. Might seem like a lot, but quite frankly, they've been very thoughtful and fluid in the way they're building this master plan. There's a lot of roundabouts. They're not going too aggressive in their construction. They're making sure that everything makes sense. So when it's all said and done, it will lead to a great guest experience, a great user experience.
Yeah, this is just a whole Wellen Park area, from the downtown Wellen Park area with all the great restaurants, all the fun things to do, water activities right here on the lake. It's just a great place to be. It's a great place for you to consider moving. And if you do, what do they have to do? Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. I stole your line.
It's okay. You can steal my line.
What's the last one?
Send us an email. But it's okay. We've already baked that cake for you. Now, the icing on top of that cake, we didn't mention it. We mention it usually, but you probably already know because you've researched the area. We're only 15, 20 minutes away from the world's most beautiful beaches, the Gulf of Mexico, where you have Stump Pass, where you have Blind Pass, Englewood Beach, Minnesota Beach, and then you can go further up to Venice Beach, Nokomis Beach. It is just endless, beautiful natural wonders.
Yeah, just beaches, beautiful everywhere. If you're a boater, this is the place to be. There's boat storage everywhere. They have covered storage. They have that VIP storage where they'll just pop your boat right in the water and you show up with your drinks and your food and jump on. And then the same thing when you come in, grab your stuff, they take care of your boat, put it away in storage. Or there's dry storage. There's places where you can launch your boat. This is a boater's dream. Explore the intercoastal. It's absolutely beautiful with all the little pockets of nature. Just a beautiful place to be. And like Lanir said, it's only 15 minutes down the road.
Now, we've covered a lot. We know there's probably many questions that you have. Do not hesitate to reach out. You want to learn about the floor plans, how to build, how to get one of those ready move-in homes, for us to negotiate a price. Anything you need that has to do with this area, we are here to answer you. Now, all we have left to do today is probably walk on over to that farmer's market that I can smell those fresh croissants and that paella cooking and just enjoy. So until next time, folks.
For This Week in Venice, Florida, I'm Lanir, or he's Lanir, and I'm Caleb, and we'll see you next week.